Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, agents. Welcome back to another episode of Agent Comps Radio. On today's episode of A.C.R, we have a lot to cover. It is official. The new Incursion has been announced. It has been given a release date, and I have a slew of information to discuss with you guys. So before we get into all that, kick your feet up, open up your favorite beverage, and enjoy today's Dark Zone B-roll with Private Parts. Now, let's go ahead and get started. For starters, the new Incursion will be called Clear Sky. This Incursion will be available next week on May 24th. The new Conflict 1.2 update is going to be sweeter than ever, and I am 100% faithful that this Incursion will actually take off with a smooth launch, unlike the Falcon Lost update that was just that was a nightmare, and it still kind of is. But yes, I have a slew of confirmed information with you guys, so we only have a little time here, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. The Division's 1.2 Conflict update will release next week, and there's a new video for the trailer. There's actually a trailer down below. I'll put a link in the description. I'll let you guys go check it out whenever you want. The Division's free 1.2 Conflict update arrives next week on May 24th. The next major update will increase the number of Phoenix credits able to be carried to 2,000. And the next free mission, Incursion, will have a gear score of 150. Now, this will be the same as the Falcon Lost update. Massive also previously stated the Division update 1.2 will add a new Dark Zone bracket for players with a gear score of 200 and up. Now, this will also include an increase in more high-end loot drops. Now, here we have a breakdown of what was announced in the mail confirmation today. For starters, in Columbus Circle, Rikers have seized one of the anti-aircraft sites abandoned by the LMB. They now control Manhattan's airspace and are taking possession of the supply drops. Players will need to take back this area. Now, we're going to go ahead and speculate on Clear Sky. Now, this is the new Incursion. It's going to be a Riker Incursion, and it's going to be in Columbus Circle. Now, we do know this is going to be an LMB base. The Rikers have taken it over because we kicked the LMB's ass in Falcon Lost, and they just pretty much hit the road and got the hell out of here. So that's why the Rikers are taking over this anti-aircraft site. Now, quickly, we're going to speculate. Very, very quickly. Now, is this going to be another wave-based Incursion? Now, I hope not. Now, if it is, at least I hope you do it a little differently. I hope you don't do it like Falcon Lost, where it's 15 waves of everybody literally sitting in a tunnel for an hour, okay? That just is boring. It is absolutely boring. No mechanics whatsoever inside of Falcon Lost. Now, in the trailer that I just watched, it looks like we're going to get a few mechanics. I don't know how to explain that, but for starters, the boss for the Falcon Lost was an idled APC that we just had to sneak up behind it. You had to shut off the turret, sneak up behind it, and slap a C4 on it and do that 5 times across 15 waves. Now, are we going to see that same kind of format be played out in Clear Sky? Damn, I hope not. I really hope not, because that's going to get boring fast. You know, it's really going to get boring fast. But from the trailer, it looks like we're going to be moving from area to area and ultimately finish off in the area with the mobile boss. From the trailer, it looks like it's the chopper that you came in on. The futuristic chopper with the vertical propeller blades. I don't know what you call those things. It's not a regular. I call it a halo chopper. I don't know. I don't know what you call it. If you guys know the term for those kind of choppers, please participate, conversate down below, and help me out, because I'm really starting to make myself sound like an idiot. Moving on. Okay, high value targets. Now, this is going to be a new feature inside of the Division. The HVT will now be an incentive for PvE. This is pretty exciting. Now, I do not like comparing the Division to other looter shooters. Well, actually, there's only one other looter shooter, and I'm not going to say the name, but inside that looter shooter, inside the PvE world, there were these events that would happen all over the place. It would just be an RNG randomized event, and you had to quickly, as fast as you could, get your ass over there, kick everything's ass, and then take the stuff that was remaining. Now, essentially, that's kind of what supply drops are. It is an event inside the Dark Zone. Now, mind you, you don't really get anything good from Dark Zone supply drops because you got a lot of people doing the Tactical Link DPS cheese. So naturally, and I take that back. I've received 191 gear set items. My fellow bro Chacho, Fragile Scopes, has received 214 gear set items out of the Dark Zone supply drops. So that is confirmed. Dark Zone supply drops do drop 214 gear set items. A lot of people out there have this misconception that it's a waste of your time, you don't get anything out of it. That is wrong. You do get something out of it. Mind you, it might not be the best thing, and you might have to hit 50 supply drops before you get one good item, but that's just the nature of a looter shooter. Now, going to this HVT PvE area mentality, high value targets. Okay, now this isn't confirmed. Obviously, I'm assuming we're going to see high value targets inside of the Dark Zone, but strictly speculating, I think the HVTs are mainly going to be in the PvE area of Manhattan. It's going to be in the area to where it's going to give players or agents an incentive to run around in Manhattan instead of living life abroad in the Dark Zone, because essentially that's what I do. I literally live and breathe inside of the Dark Zone. The only time I come out of the Dark Zone is to empty out my stash. That's about it. I log out and I sign back in to the Dark Zone. The only time I leave is to empty out my stash. So this new HVT mentality, these roaming factions, otherwise known as faction leaders, are taking over the city. Find out where they are and put them 6 feet under. This is pretty cool. This is pretty exciting, because now we have an incentive to roam around the standardized map of Manhattan. Will we get high gear? Will we get 204 and 214 pieces of gear from these faction leaders roaming around the map? I would think so. Man, we still have a lot to cover, so bear with me. Moving on, hijack extractions. We're going to spend a little time on this, okay? Because this, just watching the clip in the trailer, this looks really, really exciting. Hijack extractions in the Dark Zone. Players will need interrupt all going extractions by severing the rope, which will drop the loot to the ground. Players will need to protect the loot at all cost. Now, from what I'm seeing out of the trailer, pretty much, okay, say you as a squad, you go put your stuff on the loot line and you bail. You know, I think that's what everybody does. Nobody waits around to see their extraction complete. Nobody does. So now you're going to have to, because you got people like me hiding in the bushes around the corner, watching you guys put your loot on the line, and as soon as you guys take off, there's still 30 seconds on that loot line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over there, cut the line, and I'm going to sift through all of your goodies, and I'm going to take what I want, and I'm going to get the hell out of there. That, my friend, is scandalous. It's so scandalous, it's scary. This actually makes me really nervous, because now you're going to have to babysit your line until it leaves completely. Now you have players coming up and cutting the rope and taking all of your stuff. This is awesome. If you thought Dark Zone extractions were intense, you haven't seen anything yet. This, my friend, is going to be intense. Moving on, sealed caches will be dropped by named enemies in the Dark Zone, and they may contain, quote, mystery items, end quote. Now, what is this? Are these going to be Ranger Jacket and Doom Jacket appearance cosmetic drops? Or, I mean, what are mystery items? I would really like to know if you guys have any speculations on mystery items being dropped out of sealed caches from named enemies. Participate, conversate down below. I'd really like to get your feedback on that, because frankly, I have no idea. One of my favorite updates here, the new gear sets. Okay, these will unlock powerful and unique bonuses. The Hunter's Faith, the Lone Star, the Final Measure, and the Predator's Mask. Now, your Final Measure will be your Diffuser gear set. Okay, your Lone Star will be your Survivor gear set. Predator's Mark will be your Striker gear set. And Hunter's Faith will be a Sniper gear set. Now, loosely speculating about this, I think this is a great thing. Okay, I think this is much needed. I mean, because frankly, there's no real reason to use any shotguns. There's no real reason to use any light machine guns. The only guns that anybody uses right now currently are submachine guns and marksman rifles. And rightfully so, because those are the good guns in the game right now. So naturally, you're going to see that being overappreciated. Now there's going to be an incentive for shotguns, light machine guns. This is fantastic. I've been hoarding my shotguns. I've been saving my light machine guns for this very moment. So I'm really excited about this because now we have an incentive to break out these weapons out of our stash and out of our inventories and maybe actually get some use out of it. Pretty excited about that. And we'll go ahead and wrap it up with this last little tidbit, new high-end weapons. All right, for starters, we're gonna have the Hungry Hog. This is the M60 light machine gun. Next, we have the Centurion M1 911 single action. This is, I'm assuming, a pistol. Moving on to the Medeved SAIG A12 shotgun. This sounds OP. I just don't even know what to think about that. And last but not least, the Historian, the M1A MMR. Now, there has already been some leaks and confirmations, mainly leaks about this new Historian M1A, but now it's pretty much confirmed. So there's your new high-end named weapons. Guys, in today's A.C.R, we pretty much covered a lot today. We got high-value targets. We've got the new Columbus Circle Clear Sky Incursion. We've got hijack extractions. We've got new sealed caches with the mystery items. We have new gear sets, and we have new high-end weapons. I mean, what's there not to like? What's there not to like? I've been waiting for this day for a long time, and I'm glad it came on today. You can have a look at the Columbus Circle from the Clear Sky Incursions, High Value Targets, Dark Zone Hijack Extractions, Dark Zone Sealed Caches, and new gear set and high-end weapons down below. Just click that link, watch the trailer, and you can see all the action unfold right before your eyes. It is a fantastic trailer, and I think the next few days are going to really stir up the conversations on a lot of YouTube channels. I'm really looking forward to Marcos and Eric's out there on seeing what their input on this is. Awesome. So if you enjoyed today's episode of Agent Comms Radio, please hit the indicator of the upward thumb and please hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with top-notch division content. Take it easy, guys, and peace out.